Well, my name is Graham Biggs. I'm the PR director here at Rolls-Royce, and we've been here at our base in Goodwood since 2003 when we started production of the Phantom, and business has gone extremely well. Of course, one of the most important things about building the best car in the world, the highest quality car that you can buy, is that you have the highest quality people. And this is one of the big challenges that we have, to make sure we have the right people that are trained to build this car. And we launched the apprentice scheme that we have here in 2006. So we've now had 3 years of intake of the apprentice scheme. In total we have 35 apprentices here on site. And it's something that we believe very much in, the value of training bright young people in the specialist skills that we need here at Goodwood to build these cars.
My name's Royce. I'm following a paint shop basic spraying apprenticeship at Rolls-Royce. Learn everything really, from spraying the cars to polishing them. We go to college called Thatcham in Reading. We go for 2 weeks, 4 times a year, maybe 3 months apart. In your first year you learn general knowledge, you know, how a spray gun works, what it does, how you use it, what air goes into it and all that sort of thing. And then your second year you start learning about application and mixing. And then your third year's effects, how to spray sort of a whole car sort of thing in like an effect, or what effect does what to what colour and how it lays on sort of thing. Very good balance between the theory and practical. I mean, we're not at college that often, but what we learn at college we get packed into the 2 weeks, and you learn a lot, you know. Every day you learn something new. It's quite a lot to take in, but you'll go back to that job and you'll think, actually, I know how to do this. And you think, yeah, I can do it, you know, and you keep progressing and you learn more and more and more.
My name's Dave Roberts. I'm the technical manager for the paint shop here at Rolls-Royce. I also look after the apprentices and coordinate their training. But Lauren, the young girl you saw doing the coach lining, came to us with no real knowledge at all. She shined in the coach lining area and showed some good aptitude towards doing artwork. So we gave her to our sign writer, who she's been working with, and now, from not having any knowledge at all, she can now start putting coach lines on the side of the car and finish off the ends, and she's developing very well.
I've always been into cars and, you know, painting, and I'm quite artistic, so for something like this was just perfect for me. Starting a career through an apprenticeship is a lot better than just going straight out and being in the job, because you don't get that one-to-one training, whereas when you learn from someone, you sort of know how they work and you learn how you work, and you sort of work together as much as the fact that they want you to learn, rather than just to learn to do your job, you know.
Part of the apprenticeship is not just coming to work to learn something, it's actually learning to actually work every day.
I'm Joshua Boxall. I'm doing an electromechanical maintenance engineering apprenticeship in Rolls-Royce. The leap from secondary school to apprenticeship wasn't big, because in apprenticeship you're still learning, so all that's changed is the environment. My favourite side to doing apprenticeship here is that I'm always learning different things and having fun while learning, so it's enjoyable.
The balance between working and learning, it works quite well, because they also get the knowledge and they get to see the practicality of what's actually their knowledge is doing. So they can see, just by looking at a textbook, you can see how something should be done, but then they can also experience what can go wrong and see it actually happening in front of them. So you learn better that way, I think.
I think that doing apprenticeship and going to college is a brilliant way to learn, because I do practical both at college and here, and learn theory both at college and here, and combined I get a complete balance.
To get in my apprenticeship from school, I had to have grade C or above in GCSE for maths, English and science. Maths more than anything, because there's lots of equations and numbers, and, you know, mixing paint, how many litres you need for this, what's half of that, you know, and all this sort of thing. But it wasn't that much of a big deal, you know. A C isn't, some say it's hard, but I found maths really hard. I wasn't any good at maths at school. But I said to my teacher, look, I want to get into this place, I need your help. And my teacher got me my C, and here I am, you know. For a paint apprenticeship, you need your maths at the end of the day. But you don't need to be, you know, A-star student to be here.
The apprenticeship scheme is very good for young people because while they're working, they're also learning, and we can also direct their learning into what's good for the firm. This is what's good about the apprenticeship, because we can mould them into what we need for the firm for the future. And as long as we get the right attitude and we motivate them, which we do get, we get highly qualified people, and it's really good. I also get a lot of satisfaction seeing them coming on.
The main reason I did an apprenticeship is I was, after leaving secondary school, doing a part-time job which I wasn't learning anything and the pay was rather rubbish, but here the pay is good and I'm always learning, and at the end of it I'll have a brilliant career for me.
This apprenticeship's given me confidence, motivation. My math skills have gone way up. I've learnt a lot more here than I would sitting in a classroom, I feel. I've made a lot of good friends. It is like a family here, you know, everyone knows everyone talks to everyone.
I love working here, it's brilliant. I'd recommend people doing apprenticeships as you earn more, you learn, and it's a brilliant all-round experience.
I'd say if you're thinking about taking apprentices on, I would go ahead and do this, because the investment you're going to put into them will reap dividends at the end. You'll get a motivated person, a skilled person that knows all your jobs, and they can actually teach other people, and they've got a good career and future ahead of them. And it's a good start in the young person's life to get an apprentice. And if you're going to think of doing it, it's worth supporting this apprenticeship scheme.
I think for employers who are thinking about starting their own apprentice scheme, there are many benefits. It's quite a responsibility, of course. It needs to be carefully considered in advance, but I think the benefits far outweigh the challenges. And really, what we've found is that to take bright young people who are keen to learn at an early age, just as they leave school, it's a great advantage to have them at that early stage, and they're ready to absorb new information and train and really learn the skills that they need for a new trade. What's been very positive for us at the end of the apprentice term is where you end up is with highly trained people who are savvy within the company where they're operating and have specific skills that are suitable for your particular company. The apprentice scheme is a vitally important part of a way of attracting and then creating excellent employees.